Hey y'all, it's me Swankivy again. I'm doing another Letters to an Asexual. This is number 24. Today I'm going to talk about asexual characters and why they're important to our community. I'm going to start off with some discussion that I saw on Tumblr and on some blogs. This quote was floating around in the asexual blogosphere. It begins with, "There's always a lot of discussion around major TV characters such as Sherlock and Sheldon Cooper, for example, being asexual. So I thought I'd put together a list of 4 other perhaps lesser known characters from books, movies, TV, webcomics, who are either named as asexual in one case, or strongly implied to be asexual, or at least could easily be asexual in my mind. Please feel free to add any of your own." And I responded to that and added a few that I know. I'll mention them at the end of this video. I'll give you a list. But what I want to focus on is one of the responses I got to this sounded like this. What is the obsession with trying to find asexual characters in literature, movies, and TV shows? Like, I get how we all want everyone to recognize asexuality as a legitimate sexual orientation, but, I mean, there are a lot of dragons in video games, and that doesn't make them any more real. Additionally, it's obnoxious, and it seems like you're all just desperate for attention. So I responded to that, and this is my case for why asexual representation in the media is very important. No, we are not desperate for attention if we're asking about where we can see ourselves represented. Here's the thing. New Zealand included an asexual character in one of its most popular soaps. Guess what country has a really vibrant and populous asexual community? New Zealand! Because having an asexual character not jumping on for a one-shot and actually showing an asexual character living an actual life as part of a regular cast raised awareness about the existence of the orientation and made more people realize what their orientation was. It helped. And then, meanwhile, the USA goes and puts 2 asexual characters in an episode of House. Diagnosed one as suffering from a pituitary tumor at the end, and the other as having been lying about being asexual so she wouldn't make her husband feel inadequate. That's the kind of representation asexual people are used to getting, and yet, even though it was negative representation, it resulted in a record amount of traffic for Avon right after it aired. Unfortunately, it also caused some people with asexual friends and loved ones to start pestering the asexual people in their lives to go to doctors, and many forum threads and blog posts wrote up the experience of having their supporters turn on them because of it. It hurt. I cannot for the life of me imagine why anyone would suggest someone is, in a negative sense, acting desperate and obsessed if they want the media to realistically acknowledge their existence in the world. If you personally don't care that you're not represented, that's cool. But if you're going to bring up desperation, I think we do desperately need the media to reflect our existence. Media is how our world talks to itself. If we're not included in it, most people believe we don't exist. Walking around trying to participate in a culture that behaves as if you don't exist is not a small problem. So when asexual people ask about where they can see themselves in the world of media, please do not mock them. They want this because they'd like to be able to point to something that acknowledges their existence, show their loved ones in a fictionalized version of their problems, just like the ones every other orientation has, and see themselves so they're reminded they're not alone. That's not silly, misplaced obsession. It's a reasonable expectation. So now that I've made a pretty good case for why asexual representation in media is very important, I'm just going to run through a quick list of asexual characters that I know of in various media. I'm only going to be including asexual characters that use the word asexual in the same sense that we do in the media they're in, or their creators describe them that way. I'm not going to be including characters that just could be coded that way based on how they behave, or characters that just aren't seen in any sexual or assumed to be sexual relationships in their media. So hopefully some of you can look up some of these media representations, see yourself reflected, enjoy that experience, and also hopefully in the future we're going to be seeing a lot more asexual characters as awareness spreads. So anyway, thanks for watching this video, and tune in next time for Letters to an Asexual and my other asexuality related videos, and thanks very much for continuing to subscribe to me and pay attention to all the babbling that I do. Here's the list.